Hello guys, today I wanted to talk about FITT law in product design. There are many laws, among them FITT law is most useful and impactful law in product design. FITT law is nothing but how much time user would take to reach the targeted areas to make the actions. I am a user, I go to any application, then if I want to complete any task, I have to use elements like buttons, links, icons, right? How can we place those elements in our application? That is what FITT law will talk. Okay. The first thing, FITT law depends on larger targets, closure targets, and corner and edges. Larger targets is for to click easily. Closure targets is for user can access easily. Corners, the placements are more important. Where can be placed based on the page design, based on the flow, we have to place the actionable items. So we'll talk one by one. The first thing is larger targets. While as I said, we use a lot of elements like buttons, icons, and links. These elements we do use more elements, but for example, I am using these three elements only. For example, larger target. Target area should be more clickable and it looks more prominent. Then only user can think that this is actionable items and they can click easily and then they can go to respective page. For example, while creating any button, for example, submit button. Okay, we have to use space left and right padding so that user can read the button name and they can make the actions. They can click easily. Icons. There are standards for icons as well. For web, we have to use 24 pixel by 24 pixel. For mobile, we have to use 48 pixel by 48 pixel. These are the standards should follow while creating icons. For the web, 24 by 24. For the mobile, 48 by 48. And the link should be more prominent and bold and should be blue color. Link should be in blue color. So that this is by default, so that user knows that this is link. Then while over on it, use underline or use some arrows so that user knows that this page this link takes us to another page. So these things should follow while creating product design. We are done with the larger targets. Then closure targets. To make the actions, user can access the buttons easily. So the button should be closer to the form. For example, there is a form. It's a bigger form. It exceeds, for example, it exceeds more than device size. At the bottom, there is a actions like submit. For example, submit and cancel. And this is device width and height. Typically, I use 1920 by 1080, and we use some vertical scroll to reach this destination. This is not user friendly. User doesn't know where the actions are, so that's why we have to use some simple idea or simple placements. This is sticky. Then we have to use some sticky item for buttons. Submit button here. Then here cancel button. Then this is the form. These forms while scrolling, this form only scroll up and down. Cancel and submit will be sticky at the bottom. So that user make the actions easily. Here user has to go down to make these actions. Here he can fill and he can make the actions easily. These things should follow while creating a product design. This is closure targets. For example, there is a banner in website design and we use some big headings, and there is a CTA button. Button should be more prominent and so that user clicks and user can access easily. And based on the priority, we should use the colors as well. If it is major priority action, we have to go with primary. If it is less priority, we go with secondary colors, like that. Colors also very important while using, colors also main important in product design. We should follow some standards while using those colors as well. We are done with the closure targets, right? Now the corners. This is simple. Corners and edges. Placements are more important to make the actions. For example, there is a data table, or a data grid, data table, table design. So this is data table. This table has some actions like filter and the search. See, then the table name here. We have to use the corners and edges, like, this is a standard place for the table. If the table is having filters or search, any other actionable items, it should be closer to the table. Then only user can think that, these actionable items belongs to this table. Then they can make the actions. Then this is a good practice. If you place these filters at the top of the page and filter here and the search, user doesn't know this is they think that this is the page. For example, if you place the buttons here, user thinks that these buttons are not belongs to this page. They think that these are global actionable items. So that's why we have to keep the buttons based on the page. For example, as I said, if it is table related, it should be closer to the table. If there is a form, for example, form, as I said, should be closer to the form. Corners and edges, for example, there is a next, previous buttons in the forms should be, as I said, sticky at the bottom, and you have to use some, for the next you have to use right corner, for the left you can use left corner, so that user will not confuse. By clicking on left he will go to back, by clicking on right he will go to next step, like that. These things we should follow while creating any application design. These are unknowingly we use these standards, but for example, if you go to any interview, probably they might be asked you what would be the FITT law, what would be the X law. There are many laws. I will share one by one. Today I focused on only FITT law, which is more important for any people like experienced freshers. Standards are more important. Fundamentals are more important. Then only we can make the professional work. Okay. This is what I would like to say for this video. Life is short. Enjoy your moment. Be honest. Never give up. Thank you.